And hello, everybody. Welcome back to another fantastic edition of Nobody Cares Sports Show here on Facebook Live. And we are coming to you live from the beautiful and picturesque southern shores of New York City, the one and only town without pity, Stapleton. Stand up and represent, coming to you live from Studio 64. I'm your host, Danny Shinada, and joining me once again this evening is just a great sports commentator.
Go ahead, start with me. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to
break it out right now. Go ahead.
Joining me once again, of course, is, the Commodore, and it's always great to have the Commodore live in studio. Commodore, we've got some new technology tonight. You've got power back at the house. Tropical storm Buckface is gone.
Oh,
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Dan. I'm feeling really good. Thank you very much. How you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging in there. A lot of sports going on. New York Rangers completely shit the bed. And
well, listen,
they're out of the playoffs.
They got the first round draft. They got a lottery draft pick. They got number 1, and there's a lot of questions about what they're going to do with it. Are they going to draft this kid from Canada who I don't have his name. I'm not good at it, but they got a number 1 kid coming out of there that has won the best hockey player in Canada 2 years in a row. It's never been done even by Crosby or Gretzky. So that's an incredible thing. He could be worth a lot of money, and they could trade it. You know what I mean? Get rid of that exactly. Pick up 3 guys that they could help, man. Pick up a goalie because Lundqvist is the king is dead.
Yes.
I said it last
week.
We
probably won't see him in a Ranger uniform again. To all of our fans out there, or my fans and the Commodore spams, like and share the video if you want, and then of course once you do that, go ahead and get your head examined.
Yeah.
Because if you're watching this show, chances are you do need a head doctor coming.
What I'm going to tell you, heard it here first. We will see Lundqvist again. He will return to the Garden, back to the house, one more time.
Well, I would like to see Lundqvist with a proper send-off in front of fans.
They're talking about hanging his jersey.
And it would be, well, don't you have to win a championship to get your jersey hung up in the rafters? It's a curious question. It's a question, but then again, how many jerseys are in
1994 when they won the Stanley Cup?
That would be Mike Richter.
Excellent choice, Dave. Just testing your knowledge of the New York.
Well, if I don't know that, I probably shouldn't have a sports show or any opinion on sports. But while we're, talking about, what are we talking about?
Hockey.
Hockey, yes, of course.
Hockey is fun to play.
So we're talking about teams that have shit the bed. Well, the Rangers shit the bed, but they find themselves in good shape because they have the number 1 draft pick next year's NHL draft. Well, let's talk a little bit about a man that went missing after playing just a couple of games this season with the New York Metropolitans. And that is Yoenis Cespedes, a man whose name you can never get correct. This guy did exactly what we thought he was going to do, Commodore.
I called it.
And now I don't even think Mets fans are out there scratching their heads.
I think he took Chapman with him. Where the hell is Chapman? He had COVID. He's back. He's had 2 good tests. Quarantine was over like 10 days ago. This guy boasted about what kind of shape he was in. The Yankees are 5-5 in their last 10 games, Dan.
Well, listen,
it's nothing to brag about.
Like I said, a lot of these guys are gone. There's nothing we could do. Cespedes,
next
gone.
Man up, right?
Nothing we could do. He's gone.
Hey, listen,
it is a next man up situation.
Well, let's just think. We're on Cespedes now, and how about we're on baseball? And how about those Cleveland Indians? They had a guy, a couple of players snuck out, went to a couple of strip clubs. They said they allegedly went to see friends.
What's a strip club?
I don't know. They got sent back to the, what do they call it, the pool.
Yes, I heard
this. This is a good thing. The team voted on it.
They
They said, you put everybody at risk. You jeopardize our season. And they sent them to the pool.
Right.
They've got to go into a 14-day quarantine. I'm not mentioning any names. It's irrelevant. But I got to tell you something. These so-called professional athletes are acting like children, Dan.
Well, listen, I'll tell you, you could say that they're acting like children. And just a big shout out to Elliot Wilson, Big E, saying that the NBA bubble is fantastic and loving it. Yeah, man. Listen, hold on.
House,
shout out to Big E. To be completely correct here, yeah, they're in a bubble, and right now they are the only league not affected by COVID as much as these other leagues. I mean, you got full teams going down in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I'm telling. Well, I don't know who's in a bubble. I mean, the NBA we know is in a bubble.
The NBA is in a bubble.
Hockey's playing in a bubble. That's all fine and dandy. But baseball, I mean, it's just
I don't know what this comment is up in the Facebook. Andrew Guy says put some lemon on it. What does that mean?
No, nothing. No, nothing.
Nothing. Got it.
Nothing.
Got it. I'm trying to keep up with everybody in the chat, and it's difficult.
So get a load of this. Another guy from Seattle Seahawks, allegedly, he tried to smuggle abroad into the hotel last night dressed as a player.
That's incredible.
I'm telling you.
That's incredible.
It's crazy. It reminds me of
she must have been 6'4", 220.
Maybe she was dressed as a kicker. I don't know. You know. And the worst thing of all of this is that Miami gets to sit on top of the division at 8-4, playing 6 less games than everybody else.
Sure.
Get the frig out of here. That's horrible.
Yeah, no, listen, I completely understand. It is horrible, Commodore. But I mean, these are really first world problems at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I think that of all the sports going on right now, basketball, hockey, really basketball, hockey, and baseball, which league and organization do you feel is doing the best job so far?
Well, hockey's staying out of the news, that's for sure. Basketball seems to be working within the dome pretty well. They had some incidents early on, but I think the guys have, for the time being, come together and are focused on winning a championship of this 2020 season that needs to have the biggest goddamn asterisk I ever seen put alongside it in every record book around, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I think that it's certain. Listen, everybody understands that this season is unique in and of itself. And there's really no reason, if I have to tell you to put your cell phone on silent one more time, I'm just going to take it and smash it.
That wasn't my cell phone. That was my
what was it?
9-year-old iPad. I wouldn't even have.
You don't even know how to turn that off. Bucky,
know,
can you get the hammer for us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can turn the volume or something like that.
Well, you
it's
know,
good. I got it. It's off. Yeah, absolutely.
I think basketball is doing the best job out of all of them. If I had an opinion,
when I stay there with that thought, and
yes.
I think that nobody cares. Basketball, our man, is doing the best job of all of us.
Big shout out to our man, Famous Amos, aka Eli, aka nobody cares what his name is. He is the nation's very best basketball insider. Not a lot of people know who he is, but if you give him a follow, nobody cares _basketball on Instagram. Of course, you could check out all of his latest content on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Get your head examined when you subscribe there. The guy knows everything that you throw at him. Crazy.
He's killing it.
He's on another level.
He posted at 7 a.m. the other day on Instagram. 7 a.m. What time you get up, man?
Is this a personal attack?
No. Okay. Well, listen. I take it
You
back.
see these lights I set up, Commodore?
I will not sign the papers.
Well, anyway, moving a bit further, let's see what else we've got on the docket. You want to go back to hockey for a second? Okay.
Put up the Stanley Cup one more time. I want to come back to
hockey for a second.
NHL. Mike DeConzo. Okay.
Oh, sure. Mike DeConzo, Money Mike.
Yeah, Money Mike. Now, boy, he was all excited. We're expecting a whole lot of hoopla out of him. And the Rangers were one and done, right? One series and done. They're out. And, now with hockey, who's going to win the cup?
I don't know, Commodore, because you're absolutely right. The New York Rangers shit the bed this year.
The Islanders are still alive.
The Islanders are not only alive, but they look good and strong. A lot of people say that they could actually make a run. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree with that sentiment. As always, the St. Louis Blues, they're going to be around, right? It's funny. NHL Stanley Cup hockey is always the most thrilling time of year. You need not know jack shit about playoff hockey, but it's always exciting. But it was really the fans that made it exciting. So it's interesting, the element here without the fans watching playoff hockey. There's no shortage of effort here on the players' part. Let me just throw that out there.
Yeah, but here's what they got to stop. They got to stop this fake crowd noise that they're piping in, especially for hockey. I listened to it the other day. It's horrible.
Yeah, the other day, a St. Louis PA announcer wanted to thank the fans, and they showed 4 industrial fans in a row. So
that guy was sitting up there like Bob Uecker in Major Leagues. He's hammered.
You can't say goddamn on the air. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway. Well, this is Nobody Cares Sports Show, right?
Right?
Powered by Mangin Media.
So let's go hockey. We need a cup next year. It's going to be interesting. DeConzo, get busy out there. Get busy out there. I don't want to see you up and walking a boardwalk early in the morning. I want to see some Instagram from you.
We don't want to see you bettering your life. We want to see you like Eli putting stuff on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, great.
So we're done with hockey.
Yeah, we're done with hockey.
I think so.
Excellent stuff.
Let's go back to baseball.
Well, just to you want to get back into
let's wrap up baseball.
Sure, let's get back into baseball. Now, while we're on the topic of baseball, though, we were talking about.
I like baseball.
What's the greatest baseball movie ever? Just throwing that out there. This show is about nothing, and I'll continue it that way. And we'll ask the fans, greatest baseball movie ever.
I mean, nobody cares what I think anyhow.
A lot of people do, Commodore. You have a lot of spams out there.
I got to tell you something. One of the great space. The Bad News Bears is a classic that comes up there all the time. I mean, that's a baseball movie.
Bad News Bears is an absolute classic.
Yeah.
Sandlot is like one of my all-time favorites. I'm gonna throw it up there.
Very good. Field of Dreams. You want to get serious?
Field of Dreams, you could almost say, is a sci-fi movie.
Well. You know what? You know what's one of my favorite movies? What was it? The Black Sox?
Chicago. 8 Men Out.
8 Men Out.
Yeah,
that was a good movie too, man.
That is absolutely a good
Joe
one.
Jackson and company. I really like that one. There's a lot. There's so many of them. Let's hear from the spams and fans while we're talking over here.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think I can. But while we're on the topic of baseball, real quick, this guy, Giancarlo Stanton, useless.
How do you slide into second base and pull your hamstring after you've been through spring training, summer training? You're working with a new trainer. The commish pointed that out, that everybody looked pretty jacked. And I'd say that Stanton looked, he looked diesel, didn't he?
He always looks.
But he slid awkwardly into second base, your professional athlete.
He always looks like he's in the best shape ever. The man is useless, and he might as well just put a trash can on the field.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm going to say, what's one contract worse than Giancarlo Stanton for the New York Yankees in recent memory? And it's difficult because you look at it, you're like, well, this guy is Stanton. He plays 15 games a year. He makes a shit ton of cash. Is there a worse contract? In my opinion, there might be one worse contract.
Yeah, go ahead. Kid from Boston.
Yeah, that's right. The kid from Boston, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah.
He just showed up and he pretty much threw his equipment into a trash can and set it on fire the day he was signed. They had no intention of using his glove. He's getting paid more money than all of us.
In all fairness, Jacoby Ellsbury, he did contribute to the Yankees' run for a while when we got him. It was interesting. He was a good team player. He's hurt. He's old. He's banged up. He's got bad feet. He's got plantar fasciitis.
I think you're confusing him with Johnny Damon.
No, I'm not.
You sure? Because Johnny Damon won a World Series with the Yankees in 2009.
Yeah, well, Jacoby.
And he became the first player in history.
Sure, let's talk about that. Nobody cares about Boston. Anyhow.
What are you talking about?
You got Boston coming up tomorrow night. You got Cole
Yankees
pitching.
Boston.
Yeah,
now,
Yankees,
one of the
Boston.
best parts about baseball in COVID is with no fans in the stands and a brawl breaks out on the field, you can hear absolutely everything.
Can you drink on the sidewalk outside of stands?
That's a good question. I don't know if you can drink on the sidewalks outside of stands. I don't know if anybody has been to Yankee Stadium. Dude, goddamn Wild West out there. It's
Anybody's been to Yankee Stadium for what?
Why are you going to go to the South Bronx for?
For what?
It's a war zone. Have fun.
Hey, listen. Listen. This is the Yankees at 12-6, Boston 6-12, and Cole's going tomorrow night. Take the Yanks in over.
Oh, well, we'll have to ask the Chinese bookie about that a bit later on.
Absolutely. But while we're at it, what's happening with Sanchez, though, the Yankee catcher? I don't think he's doing that well defensively. He still looks very awkward in his stance as a catcher. I'm waiting for him to go down with a pulled groin injury because of his new stance.
He is also useless.
He's going to join Stanton. We got to get back the Hiccup guy, the Higogosi, whatever his name is. You got to catch him.
Kyle Higashioka?
Yeah, bring him back.
I hope that's his name.
Yeah.
It's probably not.
Anyhow,
Massacre.
look, Sanchez is barely hitting the interstate. He got a home run last night, Danny. As somebody said. I didn't watch the game. I was busy last night. I was watching AAU basketball. I'll cover that later. Voigt's playing well for the Yankees. The kid from St. Louis continues to rock. And now Clint Frazier returns last night. His first at bat, he hits a dinger. So Stanton.
Oh, how about Judge? He's gone too.
Yeah, but how about it was interesting the other day? I seen a picture of Aaron Judge, J-Lo, and A-Rod. J-Lo had cut-up jeans on and had her left hand, I believe, on Judge's thigh. I could be wrong. And A-Rod had a big grin.
I'll tell you what, Commodore, some guys got all the luck.
Well, look, who's going to buy the Mets, Danny?
Hopefully anybody, right? And whoever buys the Mets, can they buy the Knicks while they're on it? That would be tremendous.
We got a new coach in New York. It's going to be interesting to see how Dolan approaches this, what he does with his coaching staff, who he keeps. I think there's going to be a little house cleaning going on in New York. It's going to be an interesting basketball season next year because there is no this year for the New York Knicks, as we all know. But I did see something. Let's see something interesting the other day, and that was the Travers. Did you watch the Travers?
I did.
Did you see Tiz the Law and the race that Manny Franco?
I'll tell you what.
Again, what was it, 6 lengths? I mean, let the Chinese bookie rant on it.
Yeah, and the bookie loves the horses. Not so much winning on the horses, but just to show the fans here at home this beautiful horse, New York's hometown hero, Tiz the Law. He's the winner of the Happy Travers and is the favorite in the running of the Kentucky Derby this September. The first time it's running not in May in probably the history of the world.
Yep, and absolutely. And then right behind that, Dan, in October, is going to be followed by the Preakness. And then right behind that, and, you know, I think that Shakatoga Stables needs to take it slow.
Zacatoga. You have a hard time.
I'm having a rough time.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's all right, Commodore.
Okay, my alter ego is killing me.
Yeah,
he's whooping.
He's also killing me, Commodore.
Yeah. So anyhow, I was speaking to Bruce Cerrone the other day, indirectly. I didn't speak.
For those that don't know, Bruce Cerrone is one of the owners.
Just
shut up for a second. Just for those that don't know, Bruce Cerrone is one of the owners of Tiz the Law. You can't talk like it's common knowledge. Please continue.
Yeah, he is. He's one of 53 owners. He owns several shares of the horse. Wish him all the best. He's a relative-in-law, which is the best relative to have. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, they're looking now. The way that horse is performing, I'm starting to hear Breeders' Cup. And the Breeders' Cup is $10 million. That's a hell of a payday.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I know who I'm asking for $100 come September.
Geez, that's a great one. So,
that is an absolute great one.
NYRA, there we go.
Well, listen, man, that is actually, we don't like to mush people around here, but that is as close to a sure bet. If you saw the Travers, anybody out there that gives a shit, this horse beat the rest of the field by the camera had to pan out, and couldn't find the rest of the horses.
Yeah, and I want to say this in all fairness, okay, to the horse racing business. In the beginning, I was very rough on this whole thing about changing the sequence of the Kentucky Derby, you know, the Preakness, and the Belmont. But in watching this unfold, okay, it's been cool. I think that the last race with the Travers, I think it was the first time these horses had ran 1.25 miles.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So we didn't know what was going to happen. It's kind of interesting the way they're staggering it. They still have to keep the horse condition. They still got to make it happen. And it's going to be a fun run. It's something to watch. I think it's going down on Labor Day weekend, the next race.
Well, I'm excited about that. I know that we're going to have some sort of wild trifecta bet.
Oh yeah,
but listen, I would like to just switch up conversations, if we may, for a moment, and bring up something that it's a massive moneymaker in this country, and something that's really, really
the oldest profession.
We're not going to talk about prostitution. We got in a lot of trouble for that last time, Commodore. What I want to talk is, will there be college football this year.
Well, they're dropping like flies. They're going down conference by conference, Dan.
I tell you what, they're going down like Chinese bookie sports
I
picks.
didn't want to bring anybody down. You know, we say, why are you talking about stuff to bring us down on the show?
I know, it's right. It's all about happy feelings.
Boy, Bobby the Hawk, boy, he is upset. He doesn't know what he's going to do with his fall now, with Wagner College being out. If you look at their website, it says postponed, postponed, postponed.
Right.
The NEC hasn't officially bailed yet, but it's not going to happen. As the bigger conferences go down, I think what's going to happen.
Well,
here's what I think is going to happen.
Let me just say this. If the Big Ten and the Pac-12 have folded, and Ivy Leagues have folded, who the hell is the Northeastern Conference to say that they're going to have football? They don't have the money or the resources to get the job done. If somebody like the Big Ten,
there's no football up in the Northeast.
There's no football.
No,
they don't want to tell you there's football because you got to keep watching the bullshit program. ESPN's not going to tell you that there's no football. You just stop watching ESPN. They'll make another date and you'll go, damn it.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, and you
because I love football. We're not going to have it this year, and we're not going to have NFL football either. It's not going to happen. The NFL is going to be the latest.
Here's what could happen, Dan. Okay, a number of the colleges that have had their seasons postponed may opt to play as independents, to go out and have games, play on TV. The hell with the NCAA. We're going to put people in the stands in the seats, and we're going to play football, or we'll play football without people in the stands. I know some schools are still talking about having football.
Well, listen, I know there's some people in the schools talking about having football because football is life, not only in this state, but in a lot. But a serious question, will the Giants and Jets have an official game this season?
Let me ask you an even better question. Will there be an NFL?
Well, listen, this is where you're headed. I mean, and you look at how well the XFL did just because they were different. It brought fans closer, a different perspective of the games, some new camera angles. It actually made the NFL consider some rule changes and said, oh, maybe there's some things that we could do to improve our game. Next thing you know, COVID hits, XFL's gone, NFL's the only king in town again.
It never happened.
It never happened anyway. So
and then they sold the XFL.
20 years
Who bought it now? Somebody else bought the
20
XFL.
years from now, somebody talks about the XFL.
The XFL just keeps getting sold, passed around like a bad penny. Nobody wants it. But listen, here's an interesting
kind of like your Instagram post.
My Instagram. Well, it depends.
I hit you hard, and you have to respect that it was a good joke.
Some things are priceless, though. But anyhow, listen, here's an interesting thought. Moving a little bit over to local. High school football might never be the same up in Vermont. They're just going to go 7-on-7 touch tackle. No equipment, okay?
Vermont?
Yeah. Okay, the state of Vermont has decided they will not have high school football, as we all know it, with helmet and pads and the whole 9 yards. They're going to play 7-on-7 touch tackle. For those of you who do not know what that is, it's 3 linemen and 4 skill players, a center, 2 offensive guards, 2 wideouts, a quarterback, and a blocking back. I played it for years, which is why I can't walk today. But great sport. It has some merit to it, okay? It's going to be different. A lot of these teams right now, Dan, as you know, participate in these skills camp on a high school level. Like down at Rutgers, I know the Warriors go down there, and everybody goes somewhere. It's an interesting concept. We know that flag football has made its introduction into the high schools. But if they bring in touch football and go 7-on-7 with no equipment, it's going to be interesting. What's next?
Would you want to play 7-on-7 football if you were a kid that playing tackle football your whole life or the last 3 years, and then tell you your senior year, we're going to play 7-on-7 this year?
Yes.
Still playing?
Yes.
If it's your only option. Now, let me ask you this. You get transferred to another school in another state?
Maybe. There's a little of that going on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a little of that.
I don't think I'm going to play in Vermont. Maybe I'm going to go to New Hampshire and play football. Yeah. I mean, if kids are going from Staten Island to Brooklyn, going to play wherever the hell they want, why can't you go wherever the hell you want?
If you got money to pay the toll, you could play football.
Hey, we don't pay no toll. We don't get no roll.
Yeah, you can play football in Jersey.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
You can play.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm sure you're going to see a lot of people jumping ship.
But stay with me for a second, okay? 7-on-7.
It's hard.
No, it's hard, okay?
Not 7-on-7. To stay with you is hard.
Well, I'm just saying, you heard it here first, 7-on-7. I think it's going to catch on. Not only that, I think when they come back with fall sports with basketball, somebody's going to go 3-on-3 half court.
Oh, I see what you did there. Spread them out even more.
Yep. And you could do that with girls. You could do that with volleyball. You could do that with a number of sports, even on a college level.
Why don't we just get together and have a kickball league?
Dodgeball.
I've been saying it for years, Commodore.
Dodgeball.
Yeah, I've been saying it for
years. When you get a
years.
scholarship in college on dodgeball.
I've been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it?
But the way they're canceling things, Dan, what's next? They're going to cancel Christmas? Is a kid going to be able to sit on Santa's lap?
Why are you trying to fuck me up for?
We got language. This kid's listening.
Well, they shouldn't be listening. It's 8:30. They should go to school. They don't have school anymore. What the hell's going on? All right, fine.
Anyhow, listen, I was at a field.
You know what? We stink.
No, we're doing good.
I don't know about that.
I was at last night. I was in the woods in New Jersey. I drove deep into the woods, somewhere down in Middletown, Hometown. No lights, no nothing. And all of a sudden, there were bright lights and 2 basketball courts. It was like the field of dreams.
I saw that.
I posted it on Instagram. It was a wonderful sight.
It looked nice.
There were 2 games going on. It was girls' night.
Really nice. Well, you know, that's New Jersey.
Well, that's AAU, okay? Basketball. They had AAU baseball, AAU basketball, boys and girls. There's AAU softball.
Shout out to Dingy Balls who just tuned in.
They're doing things different in there. And there's a number of teams from Staten Island that participate in that AAU as well. Not only on a baseball level, but for track and field.
What the hell are you rambling on about?
I don't know.
Stop talking.
Okay.
The Commodore does this sometimes, and don't worry, his time's almost up. Chinese book is going to be kept. Just relax. You get all flustered when I tell you your time's almost up. That's okay. And not like in real life. But we do have the Chinese bookie actually coming into the studio this evening, which is fantastic news. Commodore likes to ramble a little bit while he's talking this local, what's going to happen with sports and all that. If you interrupt me one more time, you think this isn't, well, I'll unplug your mic, bro. It's just like old times. We'd like to just bring up this. The Warren Jakes Memorial Committee is having its annual golf outing.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm a golfer. I play golf.
You see that? They're going to have a golf outing. It's Monday, September 21st, 2020. Silver Lake Golf Course. What is that?
Yeah, Silver Lake. That's up on Victory Boulevard. It's a 1 p.m. shotgun start. Dinner 6 p.m. They're hoping to do the dinner at LaGrecky Stanton, and they may do it outdoors if need be, in the parking lot at the Stanton. Jack and Gary LaGrecky who are certainly going to work with them as they've been working with the community. We wish them a lot of luck.
Sure do.
Since 1948, the Jakes have sponsored Staten Island's best basketball players. The committee is deeply committed to the history and future of our island's children. Ladies and gentlemen, if you play golf, and you can, on September the 21st, it's a great event. Golf and dinner is $150. Golf only is $80. Dinner only $70. You can sponsor a hole for $100. You need to make your reservations by September 9th. You could reach out to the Jakes Committee, Bob Newman, 169 Lamoka Avenue, Staten Island, New York, or you can give Bob a call at 917-566-1755.
That's great. I tell you what, Commodore, great social distancing, golfing, Silver Lake. How's that course looking?
Magnificent.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody's bitching about South Shore and a lot of red. I drove by them. Boy, they look terrible. The weeds are high. The fairways the fairways are overgrown. It's a mess. But so Silver Lake is beautiful.
So let me ask you, right now, what's the best golf course on Staten Island?
Richmond County Country Club.
Well, isn't that always the case?
Yes,
well, I'm asking you, like, in terms of
the golf course.
I'm asking you in terms of, it's COVID season.
Well,
it's COVID season.
It's COVID season.
Yeah, and then I'm saying it's the life
we
live.
You could be honest. It's COVID and flu season.
Yes,
that's gonna be the new commercial.
Yes,
yeah, it's COVID and flu season. Buy this.
It's also cancellation season, and hey, you forgot nobody cares while you're out there canceling shows. No, but seriously, I'm asking because there was a problem, for a little while. They said everybody stay in your house, and I imagine that the golf courses weren't taken care of properly, and then they had to get back into the upkeep. So I'm asking, what's the best course to play on Staten Island right now?
All 3 courses in Staten Island are owned by the city of New York. They're all under the Parks Department's auspices, but they're privately run. Lotterette, as we know, and South Shore run by American Golf. Complete failure on that organization. They failed to maintain the courses when all they had to do was cut the grass, keep some guys employed out there. I get it early on in the pandemic where we didn't know what the hell was going on in March, in April.
You know what's going on now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm educated. We all are. But I'll tell you this, they blew it. They let those course conditions just get so run down. They're not going to get them back this year.
So which courses is that we're talking?
You're talking about South Shore and Lotterette.
South Shore and Lotterette are just really grown over.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between what was the green and what was the fairway? Stuff like that.
They're salvageable then, yes.
Right.
But it's just a shame. It's really a shame what American Golf did. They just did not own up to their responsibilities. Or they just looked at it as, well, we're not going to maintain a course if nobody's going to play golf. Sure. Nobody's going to pay us.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, now when it's time to play golf, you can't. Listen, kudos to the people up at Silver Lake. Doug Johnstone, the head groundkeeper up there, he puts his heart and soul into that course. The greens are great. The fairways are cut good. There's an extra cut along the fairway edges now. And they're doing a fantastic job of just keeping it running. Between them, the starters, all the volunteers up there, just doing a super job. Super job. Shout out to all the Staten Island seniors. Play up there Tuesday morning.
Silver Lake it is.
Yep.
All right, well, shout out to everybody up at Silver Lake taking care of the course. I guess if you're looking to get out there and social distance and support local courses, no better place to get out and enjoy the weather than Silver Lake Golf Course, right?
That's great. There's a lot of local courses around Pebble Creek down in Colts Neck. You can take a ride down there. That's a beautiful course.
Pebble Creek down in Jersey.
Yeah, played down there on Tuesday, actually. Magnificent.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Nearly dropped dead on the 17th hole in heat exhaustion.
Don't they have a cart that drives around that gives you water or something?
Shout out to Walter Woods for screaming at me in the middle of my backswing on the 17th hole.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then Tommy McNamara yells, "Oh, I saw that when I took another ball and I hit it because I didn't give a shit. Like, I really don't care. Anyhow, I shot an 8 on the hole. I don't win no money."
Hey, Bookie, are you in here?
Yes.
Is he in the trunk?